Good morning, students. Here we start with the gross anatomy of the arch of aorta. In the gross anatomy of the arch of aorta, first the definition. Now, this arch of aorta is present in superior mediastinum. This is very important question. This is very important from MCQ and 1 mark point of view. It is located within the superior mediastinum. It is a content of superior mediastinum. It will start from the ascending aorta and it will end with the descending aorta. And the entire arch of aorta is present behind the manubrium sternum. So just behind the manubrium sternum is the presence of the arch of aorta. It will continue as from the ascending aorta and it will continue down as descending aorta, descending thoracic aorta, content of superior mediastinum. Now we come to the course. After the course, we are going to discuss the branches. And before the branches, we are going to discuss the relations. So course, relations, branches, and finally, the applied anatomy. Now in the course, very simple, if you just draw alongside with me a simple arch of aorta, if we draw on this side, this is the arch of aorta and we will complete it in this way. So this is the arch of aorta which we are drawing, and let us make this lower down so that we should have the branches at its superior border. So if we start at this point and here we show this we have completed as the arch of aorta. Now superiorly, we draw the three branches straight away. Number one, this will be the brachiocephalic artery or brachiocephalic trunk. So therefore, this will be the brachiocephalic. Then over here, we shall draw this as the left common carotid artery. So this one will be left common carotid artery. And on this side, we are going to draw this as the left subclavian artery. So therefore, here we are going to show this as the left subclavian artery. So this way we have drawn, and let us draw this more on this side so that we have more space between these two. So this is the left common carotid, the left common carotid artery. Similarly, now the entire arch of aorta, we need to understand the course. The arch of aorta will start at the level of the right second chondrosternal joint. So therefore here we mark this level as the right side second chondrosternal joint. Again, this is asked in MCQs or 1 mark question answer. And then the arch will end as, on this side, it will end as descending thoracic aorta at the level of, if we write on this side, the left second chondrosternal joint. So note down that the starting point and ending point of the arch of aorta is at the same level. Starting at the right second chondrosternal joint and ending at the left second chondrosternal joint. Very important point. Now, the entire arch of aorta, what is the course? It will continue upwards and backwards in front of trachea. That means we shall draw the trachea at this level. Now, this is the trachea. So here, this is the trachea we have drawn, and this trachea we are showing that it is lying posterior to the arch of aorta. So the arch of aorta in the course, it will start at this level, right second chondrosternal joint, then it will arch upwards, backwards in front of trachea, then it will continue on the left side of this trachea and downwards as descending thoracic aorta at the level of left second chondrosternal joint. This is the entire course of arch of aorta. And remember, it is a content of superior mediastinum. And remember, it is placed just behind the manubrium sternum. So in front of it is entire manubrium sternum. Now we come to, after the course, the relations. That is the most important segment of the arch of aorta in the gross anatomy of the arch of aorta. That is the relations. Now try and draw the relations. This way it is very easy and very simple to understand and remember. Number one, anterior relations. What are the anterior relations of arch of aorta? Then here straight away we have to remember, because these anterior relations are so many times asked as 1 mark question answer or in MCQs. 4 nerves and 1 vein. The arrangement of these 4 nerves and the vein is very interesting and very important, and it is asked as short answer question. So number 1, anterior relation of this arch of aorta will be, there will be, first of all, let us put some color in the arch of aorta so that it will be better off. So here I am just putting some color in the arch of aorta, and then we start with the anterior relation. Now our anterior relation will start with the 4 nerves as I have told you, and those 4 nerves will be, number 1, front to back, anterior to posterior or front to back. Number 1, left phrenic nerve. So here we go with the left phrenic nerve. This left phrenic nerve, please note down, it is crossing in this direction. Please draw like this, left phrenic nerve. So here we have drawn the left phrenic nerve, and we are going to mention this as the left phrenic nerve. This is the first structure. Second structure behind the left phrenic nerve will be, there will be the inferior cervical cardiac branch, left inferior cervical cardiac branch or inferior cervical cardiac branch of left vagus nerve. So therefore, inferior cervical cardiac branch of left vagus nerve is the second one. So here we show this inferior cervical cardiac branch of the left vagus nerve, and we will mark this as, let us give the number so it will be easy. This is 1, this is 2, this is the inferior cervical cardiac branch of left vagus nerve. Now number 2. Then now number 3, behind that, now number 3 will be superior cervical cardiac branch of left sympathetic chain. Superior cervical cardiac branch of left sympathetic chain. That also we need to show. So therefore we will mark this as number 3. Now number 3, that is superior cervical cardiac branch of left sympathetic chain. That is now number 3. So once again, now number 1, anterior to posterior, front to back, anterior to posterior or front to back, the left phrenic nerve. Behind that will be the inferior cervical cardiac branch of left vagus nerve. Behind that will be the superior cervical cardiac branch of left sympathetic chain. And the fourth and the last nerve, which is lying backwards in relation to these 3 nerves, will be the left vagus nerve. This left vagus nerve, we show it like this. This is the left vagus nerve, and this is how we show the left vagus nerve. So therefore, now if we draw this, this is how we draw the left vagus nerve, and we shall first mark this as number 4, the left vagus nerve. Now here, one relation is very important which you have to keep in mind. It is so many times asked in this MCQs. The left phrenic nerve will cross the left vagus nerve. The left phrenic nerve will cross, see here, the left phrenic nerve will cross the left vagus nerve in front of it. In front of it. So therefore that means these 2 cardiac nerves, the second and third one, and the left vagus nerve are lying deep to the left phrenic nerve, which is crossing from lateral to medial side. This relation, this line diagram is very important, keep it in the mind. So these are the 4 nerves which are related anteriorly to the arch of aorta from front to back. Number 1, the left phrenic nerve. Number 2, the inferior cervical cardiac branch of the left vagus nerve. Number 3, the superior cervical cardiac branch of the left sympathetic chain. And number 4, the left vagus nerve. Now number 5. From here, just below the arch of aorta, there will be the left recurrent laryngeal nerve in this direction. The left recurrent laryngeal nerve will pass an arch backwards behind the arch of aorta. So it is a branch of left vagus nerve. This is the left recurrent laryngeal nerve, which is branching from the left vagus nerve. This is the left recurrent laryngeal nerve. And it will arch upwards, pass upwards behind the arch of aorta. Now the vein, which is related in front of arch of aorta, that is left superior intercostal vein. That is very interesting. This left superior intercostal vein will lie superficial to 3 nerves. It will lie superficial to the vagus and the 2 cardiac nerves. But it will lie deep to left phrenic nerve. That means it is lying in between superficial left phrenic nerve and deep the cardiac nerves, the 2 cardiac nerves and vagus nerve. So how do we draw? This left superior intercostal nerve is passing upwards, backwards in front of arch of aorta, deep to left phrenic nerve, but superficial to the 2 cardiac nerves and the left vagus nerve. So here we go with this nerve, and this is how we show the nerve in this direction. This is how the nerve is, the vein is going. Sorry, this is the vein, left superior intercostal vein. This is the left superior intercostal vein. Left superior intercostal vein. So therefore, once again, this nerve I will darken. This is the left phrenic nerve because it is crossing from the front. And as you can see, we have drawn the left superior intercostal vein. Ultimately, it is going and it will drain in the left brachiocephalic vein. But the left superior intercostal vein, this vein, is lying deep to the left phrenic nerve, but it will lie superficial to the 2 cardiac nerves and the left vagus nerve. So this is how you have to draw in this way. And here we are going to mark this as, let us mark here this structure as the left superior intercostal vein. This is the left superior intercostal vein. So these are the structures which are related anterior to the arch of aorta. Relations, anterior relations of arch of aorta, all these structures, whatever I have discussed with you, including the left superior intercostal vein. Now we come up with the structures. Remember, these structures are related to the manubrium sternum. And in between manubrium sternum and these structures, there will be presence of the left anterior margin of the left pleura and left lung. So therefore, these will complete the anterior relations of arch of aorta. Now we come to posterior relations. What are the posterior relations? Number 1, we start with, in the posterior relations, we start with the trachea, where my hand is there. This trachea, which will then divide posteriorly into right and left bronchus. The trachea at the level of its division. So behind this, there is already the division of trachea that is taking place. There will be the division of trachea that will take place. Behind that, here, there will be the division of the trachea that will take place behind this. So that is posterior relation trachea. First structure. Second structure will be esophagus. So here I would like to show the esophagus, and that esophagus, if I show here, I will show that this is the esophagus slightly behind the trachea, and here I will complete with this color. So this is the esophagus. So 2 structures posteriorly. Here I am going to mark this as trachea, structure number 1, structure number 2, the esophagus. Remember, I am giving these numbers, posterior relations 1, 2. Third, there will be presence of thoracic duct. Now the thoracic duct, here we need to show the thoracic duct. If I show the thoracic duct, then I will show this thoracic duct. Slightly I am showing it. the margin of thoracic duct on this side, otherwise it is lying just posterior to left common carotid artery. So here I will show this thoracic duct. Posterior to left common carotid artery. So this is the thoracic duct. So thoracic duct will form the third content in the structures which are related posterior to the arch of aorta. So structures which are related posterior to arch of aorta, this is structure number 3. And here I will give the name as thoracic duct. So structure number 1, the structures which are related posterior to arch of aorta, trachea. Structure number 2, esophagus. Structure number 3, thoracic duct. And structure number 4. Now here comes the important part. Here we have discussed the left recurrent laryngeal nerve, which is a branch of left vagus nerve. It will arch posteriorly behind the trachea. And then it will continue, see here, it will continue upwards. So this is the place where left recurrent laryngeal nerve is present here, as we can see between the margin of esophagus and the thoracic duct. It is continuing above. So this is structure number 4, and let us write this as structure number 4, that is left recurrent laryngeal nerve. So the left recurrent laryngeal nerve, which is structure number 4, which will form a content of the posterior relations of the arch of aorta. So these structures are very clear. What are the structures that are related to the posterior to the arch of aorta? Trachea, esophagus, thoracic duct, left recurrent laryngeal nerve, and now structure number 5, which is very important at this level. Just where my finger is there. Now behind the arch of aorta, where my finger is there, if I show with this white color. Now remember, this structure is present behind the arch of aorta, white color. This is structure number 5. And this structure number 5 is deep cardiac plexus. So I will write here as deep cardiac plexus. Structure number 5. So these are the 5 structures which are in relation with arch of aorta posteriorly. Deep cardiac plexus. Remember, this deep cardiac plexus can also be asked as MCQ or one mark question answer. It is related posteriorly to the arch of aorta. Now we come to relations in the superior part. What are the structures that are related superiorly to the arch of aorta? Superiorly to the arch of aorta, structure number 1. Very simple. See the diagram when we discuss. Let us absorb the diagram. What we have absorbed from this diagram, where my finger is there, brachiocephalic artery or brachiocephalic trunk, structure number 1. Structures which are related superior to the arch of aorta, brachiocephalic trunk, number 1. Number 2, left common carotid artery. Number 3, left subclavian artery. And number 4, now we cross all these structures with one vein. And that vein, which is superficial to the brachiocephalic trunk, left common carotid artery and left subclavian artery. And that vein will be, here I am drawing this vein. And this vein which I have drawn is left brachiocephalic vein. So here, if I give color, in this way, this left brachiocephalic vein will cross all these structures from the front, left brachiocephalic vein. So 4 structures are related in or above the arch of aorta. What are those structures related above the arch of aorta? Once again, brachiocephalic trunk, left common carotid artery, left subclavian artery, and the left brachiocephalic vein, which is crossing the remaining 3 structures from the front. Which 3 structures from the front? The lower part of brachiocephalic trunk, lower part of the left common carotid artery, and the lower part of the left subclavian artery. It is crossing from the front, the left brachiocephalic vein. And remember, this vein, left superior intercostal vein, which we already have discussed, it is draining directly into the left brachiocephalic vein. Here we have shown this already. So these are the structures that are related above the arch of aorta. And finally we mark this structure as, let us mark this structure as the left brachiocephalic vein. Then we come to the structures which are related inferior to the arch of aorta. Very interesting. One by one we are going to draw. Number 1, the left principal bronchus. Remember, the trachea is dividing behind the arch of aorta into right and left principal bronchus. So there will be, with very faint outline, I shall draw this as the left principal bronchus. Left principal bronchus. Very faint outline I have drawn, and we shall write this as here the left principal bronchus. Remember, this is structure number 1. Structures that are related below the arch of aorta. Structure number 1, left principal bronchus. Now structure number 2, very important. There will be this trunk, and this trunk is known as pulmonary trunk. The division of pulmonary trunk. So here the pulmonary trunk is dividing. So this is the division of pulmonary trunk, and here I will write pulmonary trunk. This is the left branch of pulmonary trunk. This is the right branch of pulmonary trunk. So structure number 2, here we shall write structure number 2, that is the division of pulmonary trunk. So this is structure number 2 present in the inferior relation of the arch of aorta, division of pulmonary trunk. Structure number 3, there will be attachment of ligamentum arteriosum, which will connect, what it will connect? It will connect the left branch of pulmonary trunk with the arch of aorta. This is ligamentum arteriosum. So this ligamentum arteriosum will connect the left branch of pulmonary trunk with the arch of aorta. So here this is structure number 3, and we shall write this as number 3, and this is ligamentum arteriosum. Connecting once again, this ligamentum arteriosum will connect left branch of pulmonary trunk with the arch of aorta. Structure number 3. These are the structures related inferior to the arch of aorta. So first structure is the left principal bronchus. Second structure is the division of pulmonary trunk. Third structure is ligamentum arteriosum connecting the left pulmonary trunk with the arch of aorta. Fourth structure, now these are the structures which are asked in MCQs or in 1 mark question answer. The fourth structure that is lying on the right side of ligamentum arteriosum, where my hand is there. So structure which is lying on the right side of ligamentum arteriosum, here where my hand is there, where I am drawing this with white color, this structure is, now here I will write down, this structure is structure number 4 on the right of ligamentum arteriosum, that is superficial cardiac plexus, which lies on the right side of ligamentum arteriosum, superficial cardiac plexus. This is asked in MCQ. Right side of ligamentum arteriosum is superficial cardiac plexus. And fifth and the last structure that is lying on the left side of ligamentum arteriosum, So this is the structure. What is the name of this structure? That is structure number 5. Already we have written, that is the left recurrent laryngeal nerve. Left recurrent laryngeal nerve, left of ligamentum arteriosum. So altogether 5 structures are related inferior or below the arch of aorta. Left principal bronchus, division of pulmonary trunk, ligamentum arteriosum. Then structure which is lying on the right side of ligamentum arteriosum, that is superficial cardiac plexus, and structure which is lying on the left side of ligamentum arteriosum, that is left recurrent laryngeal nerve. So these are the structures, these are the relations of arch of aorta. With the help of line diagram, it is very easy to memorize and understand these relations. Now we come to the branches. Now in the branches, for example, the branches, please come on this side, here, please come on this side. Now in these branches, how do we remember? Please note down 3 main branches. That is the brachiocephalic trunk, then the left common carotid artery, and the left subclavian artery. These are the 3 main branches of arch of aorta. Now occasional branches, these occasional branches are asked in 1 mark question answer in MCQ. What are the occasional branches? Rare branches. This also you need to understand, this also you need to remember. They are, how do we remember? Thyroidea ema artery, 1. Then 2, the right subclavian artery. This is also one of the rare branches. This is a developmental anomaly rather. So thyroidea ema artery, right subclavian artery, Then there will be the left vertebral artery, also the left bronchial artery, and internal thoracic artery. And the last one will be inferior thyroid artery. So all these are occasional branches. All these are rare branches of the arch of aorta. And now we come to, please come on this side here, we come to the applied anatomy. Now in the applied anatomy, two important terminologies which we need to understand will be the aortic knuckle. In the plain radiogram, in the straight X-ray of the chest, we see a convex bulging on the left side of sternal margin. So on the left side of the sternal margin, or sternal angle rather, sternal margin, sternal angle, we know the sternal angle. So at the level of the sternal angle, on the left side there is a convex bulge in the straight or plain radiogram, in the straight X-ray of the chest. And that convex bulging is called aortic knuckle. And then the second term will be, there is in the left anterior oblique view, there is a presence of radiolucent area. And where is this area present? What is the name of this area first? The name of this area will be aortic window. So it is known as the aortic window, the radiolucent area. It is observed in the left anterior oblique view, a radiolucent area, that is aortic window, and it is present below the arch of aorta and above the pulmonary trunk. So please come on this side. That is present where my hand is there. That aortic window, radiolucent area, is present below the arch of aorta and above the pulmonary trunk. So therefore, this aorta, applied anatomy, aortic knuckle on the left hand side of the sternal angle, convex bulging in plain X-ray, and aortic window, that is a radiolucent area in between the arch of aorta and the division of pulmonary trunk. And now finally we end our topic with one generalized. You see the diagram, this aorta, arch of aorta, the arch of aorta will have two convexities. The first convexity is directed upwards and the second convexity is directed forwards and to the left. So there are two convexities present on the arch of aorta. With this we finish the entire gross anatomy of arch of aorta. Thank you very much.